Right now, those masks are back on in Kansas City, Missouri, as city leaders try to slow the spread of the Delta variant. Good afternoon. I'm Laura Moritz.
And I'm Haley Harrison. The indoor mask mandate is now in effect, and this means that everyone ages 5 and older will have to mask up indoors in public spaces, regardless of vaccination status. It's all because of the more COVID hospitalizations and low local vaccination rates. This order is running through August 28th.
In the past month, both states have seen an increase in cases. In Missouri, the positivity rate is near 15%. Last month, it was above 8%. In Kansas, the monthly positivity rate is up to 8.8%. A month ago, it was at 2.9%. Not everyone is following Kansas City's lead in requiring masks again.
Investigative reporter Matt Fleener is live along 40 Highway in Kansas City, Missouri tonight. And Matt, there's a pretty stark difference in the rules on that street alone.
Haley, that's exactly right. The difference between Kansas City, Missouri and Independence. And if you are all here along 40 Highway, really just depends on what side of the street you're on.
We are on the corner of 40 Highway and Phelps Road.
At the Tool Shed Lounge in Kansas City, Missouri.
It's all intertwined and mixed in together.
40 Highway is a dividing line from Independence just down the road.
We're definitely the border, that's for sure.
As Monday morning Bloody Marys are flowing inside, masks are back on for workers like Kimberly Pendergast, and she's technically serving inside Kansas City, Missouri limits.
I feel like you have to be fair. And at this point, you're not being fair to Kansas City. Kansas City is going to struggle again while everyone else probably thrives.
Funhouse Pizza and Pub is a 3-minute drive away. Masks are recommended, but not required since they're inside Independence.
I feel there's struggles just up the street, yes.
Owner Tina Rushton requires masks for employees to keep everyone safe, but with the dividing line just a few minutes away, she believes business in Kansas City, Missouri will suffer under a new mask mandate.
Unless we all get together and do it together and make it like a thing, and that's not going to happen too soon, I don't think.
We're adults. If you don't want to be out in it, stay home.
Back at the tool shed, it's back to masks as they see what the next month holds.
It's going to be tough.
Now, we stopped into a couple of other businesses here along 40 Highway today. Some in Kansas City, Missouri. Some employees, in fact, in businesses in Kansas City, Missouri are still not wearing masks. It's going to take some getting used to here over this next month. Live in Kansas City, Missouri, Matt Fleener, KMBC 9 News.
Interesting perspective there. There are exceptions to Kansas City's mask order, and that includes people gathering together fully vaccinated, people with disabilities, and eating or drinking inside a restaurant.
North Kansas City is also requiring masks in indoor public spaces. Jackson County health officials are encouraging everyone to wear a mask, even if they are vaccinated, but they're not requiring them right now. So far, there's no new mask mandate from Wyandotte County yet. Johnson County's Board of Commissioners decided to wait until this week to consider recommendations from the County Health Department before putting any masking rules in place. Commissioners say they are focused on schools right now.
Well, several school districts in Kansas City are under mask mandates as of today, and that includes North Kansas City School District, Liberty Public Schools, and the Park Hill School District, as well as the Center School District. And just like Kansas City's mandate requires, everyone indoors at one of those facilities will have to wear a mask regardless of vaccination status.
The federal eviction moratorium has ended, and that means thousands of people in our area who are behind in their rent or mortgages could face eviction. KMBC 9's Michael Mahoney reports that may not be the case.
People who have not had to pay rent because of the pandemic are now confronting the end of that.
Because there's a moratorium does not mean that you get out of paying rent. It just means that it's going to be piling up.
In Kansas City, Missouri alone, they've used $15 million, most of it federal money, helping people with their rent. And millions more have been spent throughout the metro by social service agencies and other governments. But now that Kansas City, Missouri City Hall housing portal, the way for some to get help, is closed.
One of the issues there is that they just have, a backlog of people that they are trying to enroll and work through. And so it's really unfortunate the moratorium did end.
There have been about 3,500 processed among the various agencies, and there's about 3,500 still in the pipeline to be processed.
Tenants' rights groups have pressed hard for more rent relief, predicting that many will be thrown out of their apartments or homes. A spokesman for a landlords association, however, doubts that.
I don't think I'm going to see the big tsunami that everybody's been saying we're going to have. I just don't think that, and most of our members don't expect that either.
As thousands in the metropolitan area no longer have a moratorium against being evicted. Michael Mahoney, KMBC 9 News.
The Kansas City, Missouri housing portal may reopen when it gets more money in September.
A Southwest Missouri hospital is breaking a COVID case record. Cox Health in Springfield, Missouri is now treating 187 COVID-19 patients, and that breaks the record set just Saturday. In a tweet, the head of the hospital system urged people to get their shot, saying, please consider vaccinating as a civic responsibility to protect others, to protect children, and to protect our community. Locally, here is a look at our vaccination rates. 56% of people in Johnson County, Kansas are fully vaccinated. Clay County's at 42%. Jackson County and Kansas City, Missouri are nearing 40%. Platte and Wyandotte counties are above 35%. Cass County is at 33%.